up, Norm.
Thank you.
They already read it in the room, and don't tell me.
I know, but I'm late coming in. Come on.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Don't
tell
say
me to
yes
shut the
to
fuck up
Nazi
unless you want it back at you.
accusations. Some people will Goebbels anything down. Stop goring your enemies. His pronouns would have been he, Heimler, that you did not.
It's Himmler. Himmler.
Okay.
Monkey Nazi, which is our tradition. As in,
it was
time for Hitler.
About the Holocaust.
Yeah, bro, that's a Holocaust joke. What the fuck are you talking about?
Say that again?
Elon Musk is not Mel Brooks, you.
Well, I think he's trying to be. He's being funny.
He's not Jewish.
So what?
And the next step is going to be.
I'm telling you, the guy is borderline.
My thing is if you know it's going to be if you know it's going to cause an inflammatory thing against someone, again, why would you go around and then try to try to say, oh, well, it wasn't a Roman salute, it wasn't that. If you know it wasn't a Roman salute, why are you impressed upon making sure it's the?
You know what?
It's not a Nazi
if you didn't do something, it's stupid to apologize.
But he didn't. He said it though. Like he's making inflammatory jokes after saying
But he did the Nazi salute twice. I don't get it.
He's a Nazi sympathizer. That's all Blue Norm is.
All right, if there's any evidence that he's a Nazi or a Nazi sympathizer, which I've never seen, I don't think you have either. No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Okay, Norm. Thank you for centering yourself. We know you're full of shit. It's time for the next segment, okay?
That was
Lisa, why do you have me blocked?
Okay. That was going to be Girl World.
Lisa, why do you have me blocked?
We got to do Girl World for a while?
No, Norm, we're done with your bullshit.
Go ahead. No,
it's time to move to the next topic.
Did anybody see the shit today with the Tuskegee Airmen?
No, Haitian, I'm sorry. You can't run interference. Lisa, why do you have me blocked?
Yeah, so you guys.
You gonna respond? You gonna stay on mute like a little bitch?
Did you guys see that?
Haitian, stop running interference. Lisa, I see you in the room.
Is somebody talking to me?
Yes, I'm talking to you. Why do you have me blocked?
You're talking to Haitian, you're not talking to me.
No, I'm talking to you. Why do you have me blocked?
I don't need to speak to you in this room. If you want to talk to me, you can go back channel me.
I'm not about to back channel you.
Okay,
if you have an issue, say it.
That's your fucking
Okay, then you're just being a little punk bitch. Can you be an adult?
Come on. I am a punk bitch.
Thank you.
I am a punk bitch. Anything else?
Why she not
Oh yeah, are you also not who you claim to be? Can you also say that for the room?
Okay, so she's getting ready to start some shit, okay?
Alright, can you also say that for the room that you're not who you claim to be? Just so we're all on the same page.
We love you. Please don't do this.
Maybe she doesn't like you, Khaleesi. Isn't that fair?
I don't know.
Like you.
I'm not. She can bring that shit anywhere she wants to bring that shit, but I'm not gonna do that right here. If you call me a punk bitch, then I'm a punk bitch. What else is new? Oh, you who threw down Khaleesi? Come on. I did. It's not you. It's not you. I can see how I can
were you here? But you know what? It's not you lying about having people blocked so they just can't come into the room. If you have an issue,
I said I have you blocked. What else is in here? What else is in here?
What is your issue?
What? No, my issue
is it that I'm younger and better looking and funnier and more intelligent?
Yeah,
what is it? What's the problem?
You are.
What's the problem?
You're all that. You are that.
Okay, so what's the problem?
You are that. I don't need to explain shit to you on this stage.
Okay, you don't need to explain shit, but you're just going to continue to bullshit?
I will continue to bullshit.
Oh, or is it because you're mad because we know that you lied about all that shit that you claim Kat did?
Oh, I lied about Kat? You want to bring that shit up on this stage?
You did. We all saw it.
You cross-eyed bitch. I told you I don't want to discuss it right now on the stage. You want to talk to me? Talk to me in the motherfucking back channels. So you mods, if you letting her do this, that what comes in my room,
channel someone who has
protect you guys. But
see, this is how I know you're a scary little muff.
Oh, I'm a scary little muff. Okay, thank you, whoever put her down, and it wasn't me. Now what else? this person and these people go around the app causing havoc. I don't allow it in my room, and I don't let people disrespect you in my room. So if you guys want to bring the doxing queen back up, you're welcome to do that.
She's already gone. Let's move forward.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
So anybody see DEI? How it's affecting the Air Force?
No, do tell.
So they had a video on Tuskegee Airmen and also the women pilots that flown during World War II, and that was part of like basic. They're removing it from the training manual, all the training videos.
What?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Yep. It's there, ML. That's your Air Force, ML.
No, I retired a long time ago, but I'm more than 10 years removed from service.
You got me beat. Yeah, that's the shit they're doing to appease Trump. So I guess all the cold talkers, the Moffat Marines, all that shit they're gonna remove.
I guess they're gonna move everything that's they consider DEI.
Yeah.
Means everything that considered non-white. That's what it stands for anyway.
And I don't know if y'all read Hexef's welcome fucking greetings.
No, what did he say? I'm so disappointed that guy got confirmed.
He said a bunch of nothing, and that China's a threat. He has everyone's back. It's like a fucking private wrote the shit, man.
You see, anything that bothers me.
Nothing of substance, and he called out China, but not Russia, though.
Yeah, he's not gonna call out Russia because we all know why. The thing that bothers me so much is that I went through so much indoctrination in the military, where your morality, your character, all those things will be of the utmost importance, paramount. Nothing comes before that. A man of your word, do the right thing always. You held to the highest standard, and this is where we're at. So how do you preach that to your fellow subordinates? How to go about living their life, and a life that's morally based now? And you have this guy leading the Department of Defense. That's wild. The ramifications of all those things. People are not thinking about them, but they will have some lasting effects on the military. And in 10 years, we're gonna look back on it and say, "Yo, this is where America went off the tracks."
Thank you for your service, Emma.
Shut the fuck up, you Nazi sympathizer, homo.
Do me a favor, go jump out a window.
No, you're a Nazi sympathizer now? Say that ain't so now.
He's all in for Elon, man. He don't know who the AFD is. He doesn't think that Elon salutes the Nazi salute.
How is your social skills class going, by the way?
Fucking homophobe, by the way.
So listen, so
now
now
class is going, Aaron.
So now my
Aaron. How's the social skills class is going? I'm serious. Are you doing your homework? Number one, just be honest. Then you don't have to make up a bunch of bullshit and beg people to be your friend who hold you in contempt.
Fuck you, you're not sympathizer homophobe.
Oh, Aaron. Could you go please make it safe for the future?
Why are you calling him Aaron?
Because he thinks it's a pejorative, even though we all saw
I don't
that
think
thing.
it's pejorative, and you don't speak for me. It's funny, not pejorative.
You're damn right I don't speak for you. You're not a
foolish nerd. You autistic nerd.
You condition of
You friendless autistic nerd.
Okay, so all right, wait a minute. You're going too fucking far, Norm.
Huh?
You're doing too much. You're doing too fucking much.
I got a
No,
question for you, man.
absolutely not.
Absolutely not. You are not gonna make fun of autistic people. Absolutely not.
He went that low? No one went that low?
You know, when doesn't Norm go low? Limited amount of options. When doesn't Norm go low?
True,
A lot of our people entertain his bullshit.
True.
Underhanded comments.
Like a big pussy.
Yeah. And our people entertain it, but be quick to come at us that's dark. But don't attack that piece of shit.
That's why they're gonna be friends.
That's a scene. Take and scene.
Is this ASMR? Someone chewing this. I didn't hear it. I heard it. I didn't hear it. Who was that? Now somebody's making some different noises. What is going on? That's my dog. I was like, damn. Okay. Shut off the mic for the OnlyFans content. Stop. You're not getting no treat. What? What? Huh? What you got? You want to talk to the people?
Warm.
Don't do her dog like that. Her dog at least gets more.
That's what
I
that
thought that
sounded
was a
like.
baby, not a dog.
I don't want to tell you what it sounded like. Then let me tell you, I have been on meetings, and he comes down here and he will do that. If I'm downstairs, yes, he will get embarrassed and stuff. And people are like, oh, you can get the baby. I'm like, no, it's not a baby, it's the dog. I don't know why he does that only to me. He won't do it to any other kids. He just does it to me. It's just, dogs, they love.
Wondering what a gay documentary is.
What happened?
We heard that Norm was doing gay documentaries, and I'm a bit confused about exactly what that is.
It's a porn. That's
It's a porn. I could catch that.
Norm does kosher gay porn? Interesting.
That's a horrible
yes,
game.
they fucked through a whole 300 count sheet.
So the first one is called Latino Beginnings. It was for Logo, the gay cable channel.
Now, when you get cussed out, don't say anything.
Why would I get cussed out for doing pro-gay advocacy?
Fucking Nazi homosexual.
Avon, you pencil neck geek. Go freak into the gym, you loser.
They reads on this guy.
You're a pencil neck geek.
Somebody, you little bitch ass.
Not a
I feel sorry for you.
You dirty ass fucking motherfucker. Go throw some motherfucking goddamn balls since you fucking so worried about people. Go throw some motherfucking balls since you worried about people.
CJ, aren't you running for office? You can't be doing that when you're running for office, sir.
No, we're not doing this.
CJ,
You see what I'm saying? Y'all can't be acting like that.
Aren't you running for office, sir?
I don't give a fuck. Let these people whatever they want to do. That's who
Oh.
this is
a little I'm mocking Ron. I am a supporter of the autistic community. I'm a member of it.
You're not gonna do
Yes,
that.
I am.
You're not gonna do
Yes,
that,
I
Norm.
am. And I am mocking.
Fuck you.
I'm mocking.
Fuck you. That's enough of that. You can't be up here making fun of autistic people.
Exactly.
I mean, or if that's the rule, I mean, you know, I can excuse myself maybe.
No, that's not the rule.
Norm, I will block you for life. Please
So he
don't.
ran because he knew he was about to get.
Yeah,
Where did he go?
really.
I was about to get into his motherfucking osteoporosis. Rest on ass. Now we're talking. Yeah, this false teeth having funky faggot trying to pop shit on stage, bitch. I'm gonna get you for all the communities you want to attack, you nasty ass, wheelchair bound bitch, you Hot Wheels bitch, just like the Texas governor. You slow, nasty ass, rotisserie chicken brain bitch. We're tired of your nasty ass, bitch ass, trying to act like you over here talking real shit. You ain't saying nothing, you slow, dumb, dizzy ass bitch. Shut the fuck up with your terminal diagnosis ass bitch. We know you got 6 months left, your old 99-year-old ass bitch. You've been here since the motherfucking Industrial Revolution. Shut the fuck up, bitch. We're tired. We're sick of you, bitch. I hope your eyes fall out behind them nasty ass sunglasses, bitch. Go mow a lawn with the glasses on, bitch. We know that's what you do anyway on Sunday. That's when you get your good exercise. With your big knees, broke down motherfucking degenerative knees ass, with your nasty hip replacement ass. You want to talk about Nancy Pelosi, bitch? This is your 4th hip replacement. Stay in the ghetto, bitch.
Oh my God, there is no read like command read.
I loved it.
Oh my God.
Matt's a legend.
Al Sharpton and 100 others are shopping at Costco's. That link is in the chat.
For what?
In Harlem. Costco's in Harlem.
You know how we yesterday were talking about Target rolling back DEI? I saw something, I didn't read it yet. I don't know if anyone saw it on the internet that they're basically changing the name of the DEI program, but still gonna have a program. Anyone else see that?
I didn't see it. Because they'd already started to back down after they were sued for their Pride Week. They removed a lot of products, so.
But Target can't, that's like their whole thing. Like, Target only is becoming more and more popular because of this diversity shit. They can't really roll it back, or they'll go down.
Yeah, because they have the black-owned hairlines.
That's the only reason.
Cosmetics.
Every time it's a holiday, they feature. That's why people was mad about the Pride shit. But they do that for Black History Month. Like they're gonna have all that black shit out, black-owned business everywhere. That's the only reason people go. So it's not like Christmas. Target features minority diversity, whatever the fuck I want to call it. They had all these gift wraps with Black Santa and shit. They're not gonna have nobody in there if they get rid of all that shit. So.
But I didn't hear that Haitian everything that I just looked up says that they made that decision.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
I mean, but some Republicans have threatened to sue corporations for their DEI programs, so. Target is too expensive. I never go in Target. Plus, it's not conveniently placed.
That's what I'm saying. They, like how they position the whole store now is like it's in cities where people value those things, or it's in areas where people value those things, and it's too expensive to compete with other stores without all that other shit they got going on.
So they changed the name of the DEI program to Supplier Diversity. Let me pull up your social group. Some business insider.
So they're going to keep the products like Dr. Library Card said and just not hire Black people.
I didn't read it yet, but most likely this is a fucking paywall.
Yeah, because when I think about targeting diversity, I don't know about they hiring and shit. All I know is they keep recruiting Black people to make so they have a lot of Black designers. They work with Black artists, and they'll say make a design, and then they'll sell pillows, they'll sell shower curtains featuring black women who are artist designs, and it's the Target brand, but it's their design. Or they'll do the Tabitha Brown shit. Tabitha's designs of all this shit, and it's Target brand, but it's black people doing it. So then black people go buy it because it's like.
I saw her post today. I don't know if anybody else saw it, but yeah. I also think though that what I've been hearing is the new direction for black consumers is to actually just, if you're still going to go to Target, you're only buying black made products with diversity, those that to kind of help those creators that do have products in the store versus completely boycotting the store, which I'm okay with. I can do that. And I have no problem not shopping there altogether. But if I do, I can just make sure I get black owned, black made, diverse products.
Yeah, Tiffany, I think I'll get a Costco membership too.
Oh, Costco is the way to go, man. Love them.
And I need to change my bank, although I've been with Bank of America forever. I think they're also on the ANTD island.
Well, I don't know about Costco for a weekly shop, Tiffany. Maybe like a monthly, bi-monthly. You don't need to go there every week. You can't even buy nothing you're gonna run through in a week in Costco, but like a monthly or something like that.
Y'all know We Buy Black, right? Online marketplace.
Say it again.
We Buy Black.
Oh no, I wasn't familiar with it.
Yeah, it's an online marketplace that basically shows has listings of all different black business owners in different categories.
Okay, nice.
I'm about to drop the link in the chat soon.
So why did you leave the stage?
Who left? Oh, I must have hit it by accident.
Sue? Really?
No, I didn't hit Sue. I took none.
Oh my God. The Department of Government Efficiency says in the first 80 hours, approximately $420 million of current and pending contracts have been canceled. 2 leases have also been canceled. Initial focus is mainly on DEI contracts and unoccupied buildings. This son of a bitch.
Oh my God. Where are the properties? Do you see where those leases are cut?
Oh my God. Let me see this though. Let me make sure this isn't a joke. I got in trouble for that before.
Did you see this?
Nope, this is the White House. This is the White House Instagram account.
Oh, what did you say, Haitian? Go ahead, Haitian.
Yeah, did you see they fined 17 IGs just last night?
Yeah.
No, I did not. I have about 40 friends that are already at home though. I have about 40.
Yeah, so Special General was fired last night.
Yeah.
They also put up
and I believe it was one of them was one from DOD, one from VA, the one from HUD. So yeah.
I cannot believe it. Before you know it, the whole OIG is going to be gone.
Exactly.
Disgusting.
But you want accountability though.
Oh my God!
No, they don't.
Follow this.
I'm being sarcastic.
Look at this.
Oh, I know you are.
$784 million in taxpayer dollars for a new U.S. embassy in South Sudan initiated in 2023. This is not a reasonable expenditure. The penny costs over 3 cents to make. Oh, so they want to get rid of the penny.
Yeah, it costs 3 cents. It costs 3 cents to make a penny. So Elon doesn't want the penny being made.
I've been hearing that shit since like 20-something years.
Yeah, me too.
So this
Not that
movement,
long, but a long.
USAID spends $40 billion of taxpayer dollars to fund foreign aid, $45 million to DEI scholarships in Burma, $520 million for consultant-driven ESG investments in Africa. So they're just using all the damn buzzwords, ESG, DEI. This son of a bitch.
Did you mention? Hold on. Did you mention that they did a stop work on all USAID international projects? Did you say that part?
No, I did see that. I did see that they're limiting the foreign aid.
The companies that do all of that all that international health research are about to go defunct. Even awards that have already been granted, that they were counting on, they put a stop work on immediately.
Richmond, we can still have a conversation, and every little bitty dollar hurts. No one is trying to say that we're going to bring these corporations down, but, we can have a discussion. I never really didn't go to Target, but now I'm really not going to go to Target. How's that?
Yeah, but Target's still saying that they're supporting diversity suppliers, though.
So with this, I see that I saw something too, to what Sonny said, is they've removed all of the updates from the FDA or all those agencies. So, like, if there's a recall, we're not going to get that information. If there's...
They're not allowed to make any, press statements or release any information. It has to all go out through other channels.
So if there's a salmonella warning, we won't get it.
Nah, you get it on your death certificate.
So this is how Elon plans to save money, is to cut out all of these things that he deems are unnecessary. So was it going to be either this or Social Security and Medicaid? These fuckers, I tell you.
The NIH funding is a blow too. Like, them cutting that out, like all the cancer research and everything, all that's been halted.
And that ends up funneling down to education too. That ends up funneling down to education because there are people whose grants.
Somebody's in the blender.
I wasn't sure if it was me. That ends up funneling down to higher ed because, people's fellowships and their research are funded off of those NIH grants too.
I mean, the reporting on the reconciliation bill they're working on is just nuts. Like, they're talking about per capita caps to things like Medicaid. So if your family member is in a nursing home and getting Medicaid, they're going to per capita cut it at a certain point. They're talking about taxing scholarships. So if your kid gets a scholarship to school, tax that. They're talking about, a pretty large bucket of extremely unpopular things that they're going to try to pass through reconciliation. So it's just not just the executive orders.
But he's still going to give tax cuts to the wealthy.
Yeah, I mean, that's why they're doing it, because after a 10-year, so it can be non-budget neutral up to 10 years, and they have to pass a resolution to figure out how much they can spend, but then after 10 years, it has to be budget neutral. So, yes, this is all to kind of skew tax cuts to the most wealthy. I mean, not to be a negative Nelly, but we might have just had our last election, like the way this is going. And
Come on, it's not that bad, but it's not catastrophized that much more. Not yet.
I don't think I'm catastrophizing. I mean, I could see it going two ways. One is they do a bunch of unpopular stuff that creates a political reaction, and that's certainly possible. But the other way this could go is I don't understand why we think we're so much different than other democratic societies that backslide. Like the other way this could go is democratic backsliding, and I don't think that is impossible at all.
I mean, generally speaking, I wouldn't say it's not impossible. However, I wouldn't suggest there's enough shared mission within the Trump administration itself to actually create such a grand scale governance shift such as like the Third Reich did in Germany.
Yeah, but you don't need to do the Third Reich did in Germany. You need to do what what they did in Venezuela or what they did in Hungary. Like there's other examples of democratic backsliding besides the Third Reich.
Yeah, but we still have votes.
They still vote. They still vote in Russia. It doesn't mean anything. They form of democratic. The function of democracy often is there in an autocratic regime. I'm not saying it's going to go that way, but the steps that the Trump administration is taking is definitely more on the authoritarian pathway.
So if you make $500,000 a year, that's 40% of the total federal income taxes.
So I have a question for the political.
Unbelievable, man. I'm just making a fucking comment.
Don't pipe your little funky ass up. I always defend your goofy ass. Who the fuck do you think you're talking to, bitch? Calm your ass the fuck down.
He was just in the middle of the sentence.
You don't
that's all.
ass the fuck out of here. You don't back up to all of these niggas up in here, but you gonna back up to a black woman? Fuck the fuck out of you, bitch. They fucking call you stupid, racist, all this other shit, and you don't back up? Fuck you, you pussy ass nigga. Lost your goddamn mind. What is wrong with you?
That's why you my side boo.
You bought the bottle.
I'm so sorry, y'all.
Who said that side part?
You're responsible.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Tell him.
Like, bro. Okay, for the politicos, I apologize. So, what Sonny said, stopping the funding. Can he do that for funds that were already allocated to Ukraine? I thought.
So there's an Impoundment Act. So this is something Nixon got in trouble with in Congress. So there is an Impoundment Act that Congress passed that essentially says if Congress authorizes a program and they appropriate funds, you have to execute it. And how you execute it is something that's up to the executive, but you have to in good faith execute it. The question of impoundment hasn't really been checked with the courts yet. I would think even a conservative court would say you can't impound funds because it would be a huge shift of power to the executive if any president can just say, I know you said do this, Congress. I know you gave me funds to do it, but I'm just not going to do it. Like that would be a huge shift of power, and I would think that even this level of conservative court would uphold that. But I think that is one of the first tests that is coming down the pipe.
So, Brent, how is this different from the issue with the Ukrainian weapons before, when he withheld the weapons that were already allocated? How is this different?
You'd have to.
Well, that was the source of his first impeachment, right? The attempt to extort information from Zelensky on the Bidens before he would give them, I think it was like the missiles or something.
Yeah, that was the discussion, and
come on, buddy.
I think that it never really. It was more the threat of that got him impeached to begin with, and that doesn't mean like a president, like if we're running out of weapons to send to Ukraine, which frankly we kind of are, that doesn't mean like a president doesn't necessarily have, there might be situations where you can withhold weapons under those situations, but not for just, I'm not going to do it because I don't like what you told me to do type of reasons is what the impoundment what the Impoundment Act is really meant to prevent. But I mean, it should be. I mean, the power of Donald Trump is going to be whatever the other institutions in the government are willing to stop him at. I mean, he's obviously willing to make unconstitutional orders with birthright citizenship. He's willing to violate the law with firing all the IGs like he did today. So the big question of these next 2 years is just how much is the court which he stacked willing to kind of contain his power.
And Brent, he gave zero notice to the IGs.
Yeah, in direct violation of the law.
Yep.
Indirect violation of law. I mean, that's, I think they'll probably argue that that's unconstitutional and I can fire anybody I want. That'll play out in the courts, but, we'll see.
Oops, sorry. I think I'm just so shocked because we know he's not bright enough to think up all these things. So I think what most is upsetting to me is the fact that there are groups of people that think in this manner, that support and help create this monster that he is. To tell, his legal team that can tell him this is how far we can push it. Whatever. There's something in this that none of us know about that is going to benefit him greatly. We know he owes a lot of fucking people for this election. He owes a lot of people. And I'm thinking, I guess my best case scenario is, okay, the next 18 months, he's going to just go crazy until, I think we'll win the House back in 18 months. But until then, yeah, he's just going to go bonkers. And I think maybe that'll give all of his cronies enough time to make some money back, removing DEI, removing contracts. I think it'll give them time to make some of the money back that they gave him. And that's just my theory. I have to be hopeful.
Yeah, I mean, you can't help but be hopeful. But as far as a playbook, I mean, there's a Newsweek article today, 75% of these executive orders is coming straight out of Project 2025. I mean, you had a conservative movement over the last 4 years to plan and execute this. So he's not thinking of all this on his own. He's got a group of people that are willing to go to bat and try to, essentially fundamentally change the United States. We'll see if they're successful.
And I don't think they're changing it for any reason about making America great or better. I think it really is just about their greed. I really think that's all that this is about. And anybody that gets in the way of that train from them getting what they want, which is the money, they don't care. I just can't believe the whole damn OIG. I'm shocked by that. I didn't even hear that.
They all received emails from last night, the 17th.
Oh my God.
I mean, I think another real problem that's underreported is the whole crypto coin thing, which is basically making it very possible for any government or entity or person to fund him with millions and millions and millions of dollars to actually play favors and do whatever they want. And they can make as much money as they want, and they can give it out to whoever they want. And that's the thing that scares me, because this is unprecedented. And the fact that nobody on the Republican side or whatever is standing up to that, because this is a real problem.
So Russia will Even though he was being performative on Twitter, saying that he talked to Putin and told him this war needs to end, or he was going to put more sanctions on him. So he just effectively handed the war to Putin, basically.
I mean, but even that's more complicated. I mean, the Ukrainians really don't want to be Russian, so they're not. It's not like they're going to stop. And you know, especially when you get to the western part of Ukraine, you know, that's essentially all ethnically Ukrainian. So they're going to, you know, good luck Russia trying to control that if you actually get into that area. I mean, it's a scary time, and I just think, like, being realistic about how far this administration will go kind of helps with where you're at. I mean, this was and could have been the most important election of our lifetime because, in my opinion, this is more than just a change in administration. This is a change into something totally new. This is a new type of kind of personality-driven regime that has just kind of taken control, and it is something the U.S. has never.
I just think it's too early to suggest that there won't be voting later.
I mean, I'm not saying there. Well, one, I mean, if we did democratic backsliding, my guess would be that there would be voting. I mean, if you look at countries in modern times that have done democratic backsliding, there's definitely voting. You just control the opposition by controlling the media. You control the opposition by essentially making it so they can't win. So there will definitely be voting regardless of which way this goes.
What if they did, what if they did things like gerrymandering and, you know, making Citizens United law and, you know, allowing unlimited financing of campaigns and shutting out civil rights voting protections, you know.
Yeah. I mean, you may as well think of the craziest possible idea. You're right to even suggest that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's been proposals of corporations
being that they've already. Oh, sorry. I was going to say, being that they already done it, I mean, it's not much to imagine.
Yeah, they're just going to now
every one of those things.
Yeah, and they'll probably mandate voting machines that they like, and that's how they do this stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and they've thrown out proposals for corporations to be able to vote. So that's out there too. And then who knows? Can you imagine Tesla voting? I mean, well, we already got the result of that, but it's a possibility.
But you know, when I say that that's a possibility, the other possibility is the Democratic Party and the other side of America that doesn't agree with this gets their shit together and wins a midterm. That would be the that knowing the danger. Hopefully, there's a lot of voters who are motivated, and a little less than 2 years.
They can still win and not have their shit together. In fact, I would suggest that they probably wouldn't have their shit together, even if they win a couple of.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, all this stuff's going to be really unpopular. I mean, Trump's or at least I personally think that all this stuff's going to be really unpopular. Like taxing a kid's scholarship that he wins to go to college, which is one of the things they're talking about in the reconciliation. They pull some money back. That shit's going to be really, really unpopular with parents. So you kind of add that up. You know, the federal government employs a lot of people, and a lot of those people actually kind of voted for Trump. Like you know, them being screwed, kind of like all these things start to turn, and you also add to the fact that the voters who are paying the most attention tend to skew Democratic, and those are the ones that come out in the midterm. But you know, I mean, so there's definitely a pathway to win in 2 years.
I'm also concerned about this crypto initiative. he's going to keep coming out with new meme coins. And people just transfer. I still can't believe that no Democratic leaders are really just tackling this.
It's the corruption is potential is crazy. I mean, there's already corruption, but the potential is unprecedented.
He owns 80% of those coins, and he plans to release 100 billion in 3 years.
Wait,
so the value is $20. The meme coin. So he issued a Trump meme coin that was like under $1. So you have people that got in at $2 and $12. At its high, within about 48 hours, it went to like 72, and now it's under 30.
Well,
and Melania issued a coin as well, like a couple of days later, an official Melania meme coin. So these are just, it's not a valid investment. It's called a rug pull. So people put in, and then you hope to get out at the top. And it's really bad for an American president to be tied to these things. I'm concerned he's going to try to do something with the currency. His crypto czar, plans to, Gary Gensler is gone. SEC head that's also very crypto friendly. I'm just concerned about, people losing their money.
I mean, if people like racist and that want to go and lose their money, it's okay.
Well, I'm trying to figure out if they give all the money to all the really, really, really rich people, who's gonna buy their shit if we've got to spend all our money to keep our loved ones who need to be in nursing homes, off the street? I mean, what's their end game if people can't pay their mortgages? They think that people are gonna do the jobs that immigrants normally do because they're not going to have any other choices. I'm not sure where we're going.
I think it's Elon's robots. That's my conspiracy theory that I'm kind of sitting with, because he's talked about how we're going to have to make people uncomfortable. So if you look at a lot of the steps that Trump is taking in Project 2025, if he puts the tariffs in while at the same time removing migrant labor, which, yes, of course, is terrible, but there's no but there. It's going to crater the economy. It's seriously going to crash. And since he doesn't want to fund federal agencies right now, such as FEMA, and get rid of the Department of Education, and what would that create exactly? That thought is not pretty. We only had one depression in this country, and that was in 1929. If we had another one, I don't know.
Or just, I don't know how much. I'm just not sure everybody's as in lockstep as we think they are. I mean, already we had, if Elon was in control as much as we think he is, then XAI would have been doing Stargate, not OpenAI.
Yeah, but remember, Stephen Miller, Trump has, I don't think that Trump is orchestrating any of this, right? Because if you look at how the Republicans set all this up, including with the Supreme Court, it's masterful, honestly. When you break it down, what they had to be patient with and setting it up. So Elon has already taken pot shots at Sam Altman, who's over OpenAI, that has ChatGPT, basically saying that they don't have enough money to come up with all this funding, which is kind of funny since Elon received federal subsidies himself. So I don't think that's Susie. This is just my opinion. Stephen Miller is a actual white supremacist. He's never going to accept somebody like Elon because he's just not inherently American in his opinion. So I think that this is going to make Trump look good, but it's also going to be a pain in Elon's wazoo, which is why he's being shady on X about it, because he's not one of those CEOs. He wanted to be the president of Doge or whatever. So that whole little dynamic is going to be interesting to watch. I just hope they don't destroy the country in the process of trying to, one up each.
And it's that kind of it's that kind of behavior that makes me suggest that they don't have as much of a shared mission as they might try to suggest that they do. There's been a lot of internal bickering. People have different reasons and intentions for being there, different aims and ways that they want to do things. I don't know. I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm just saying that there just seems to be a lot of chaos in that way.
Yeah, but again, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but authoritarian regimes have different stakeholders in the ruling class. So that is not uncommon. That's not uncommon at all.
Stephen Miller is Jewish. That look. Does somebody need help getting pulled out of the snow? Oh.
Dr. Yeah.
This is random, but I hate when mods say, "Can you mute yourself?" I'm like, "You're a mod. Why don't you mute them?" See? I put.
I mean, the other thing also is like Stephen Miller, as horrible as he is, also got like a demotion essentially. What do you think about it?
How? What? He's not an advisor or whatever he was before?
No, he's deputy chief of staff.
Yeah, but he's got Trump's ear. He prefers to be. I haven't seen him be this vocal in a while. Now, he was vile during Trump's first administration, but he still got Bannon's sloppy ass. I don't know. It's just every time somebody says Trump can't do that, it ends up happening. So I've got to go with worst case scenario here.
I mean, I could be wrong, but the way I see it, the woman, I can't remember her name. It's fucking 12:30 right now. But the woman who's the chief of staff, like, she doesn't suffer fools lately. The reason why I would suggest that Stephen Miller's being more vocal right now is because he doesn't have as great an avenue to work behind the scenes. Was he this vocal in the first administration? I don't think he was, but I'm open to being proven wrong.
No, remember Megyn Kelly shouting him out, which her funky ass, during the quote-unquote rally the day before, which was so tacky but so strategic as well. She called out Stephen Miller, saying that he's responsible for the border. I don't remember him getting shout-outs in the past. That's what I'm saying. A lot of the people that he's engaging with, it's almost been normalized. I know not by the people in this room, but
great in the press.
Yeah, but now you're straw manning, not 1,000. But
I'm just thinking about what this would look like in real life.
Yeah, but you're not listening or thinking. That's the problem. You're saying, but you're not thinking. So you take somebody who's responsible for multiple terroristic deaths. Somebody's got 20 life sentences, so that's a good guy to get rid of.
Okay, but I mean, that's a long stretch from Israel actually doing it. I mean, they haven't executed a single person since Eichmann. I believe he was the only one.
This is why you get thrown out of rooms, Mike. This is why people throw you out of rooms, because you don't listen or think. You just keep
I ask
going.
Tough questions. Yeah,
no,
I get.
No,
I
it's because you don't think.
No,
you don't make sense.
Critical thinking is hard for other people.
Right, and you've never done it, so it must be pretty.
Okay, Norm, whatever, buddy. Israel doesn't have a death penalty law. That's a simple fact.
So that's what we're talking about.
Israel does have a death penalty law. They just don't use it.
Exactly. So I'm asking myself, how realistic is it that Israel would make that this would become their deterrent? I'm just asking myself, do I feel like this would really happen in the real world? And my answer is no. I don't think they would have the stomach to do the death penalty on a large enough scale to create a real deterrent.
No offense, you're the guy that thinks Israel is on stolen land, Mike. So everything that follows from that, what's that?
I never said that.
Yeah, you did. You said it repeatedly, and I double questioned you on it. You literally said they stole land.
So, I mean, do you want to dig into facts and history? I mean, if you're talking about individual people, or are you talking about collective?
I'd rather pound chopsticks into my ear.
There were individual people who were deprived of their land.
I'd rather pound chopsticks into my ears with a mallet than talk to you, Mike.
But I mean, that's a fact. You can't change history. It is what it is.
See how he just continues?
You can deny it, you can twist it, you can reframe it, but there is a reality out there that actually happened. I know some people have a hard time grappling.
This is breaking news. This is breaking news. There's a reality out there that happened.
But, you know, what is the consequence of that?
Stop the presses.
That's a totally different story.
Stop the presses.
People actually have a nuanced understanding.
Stop the presses. The critically thinking, nuanced person just said there's actually a reality out there. Hang on. I want to definitely put that in the title of this.
I mean, what's your claim? That no Palestinians ever were deprived of any property whatsoever? Is that your claim?
My claim is that you don't.
They kicked me. Son of a bitch. That one went away too? How did they know that?
In 24 hours, and that's what he wants to do. He doesn't want to wait around for 7 months till the city hires some demolition contractor that's going to charge him $25,000 to do his lot. I think you have emergency powers just like I do, and I'm exercising my emergency powers. You have to exercise them also. I did exercise it. I mean, you have a very powerful emergency power, and you can do everything within 24 hours. Yes. And if individuals want to clear out their property, they can. Yes, but you know that you will be able to go back soon. We think within a week. That's a long time, a week. I'll be honest. To me, everyone's standing in front of their house. They want to go to work, and they're not allowed to do it. And the most important thing is a long time. To be safe. They're safe. They're safe. You know what? They're not safe. They're not safe now. They're going to be much safer. A week is actually a long time, the way I look at it. I watched hundreds of people standing in front of their lots, and they're not allowed to go in. It's all burned. It's gone. It's done. Nothing's going to happen to it. It's not going to burn anymore. There's nothing to burn. There's almost something to burn. And they want to go in there, but the people are all over the place. They're standing, and I say, why aren't you going in? We're trying to get a permit, and the permit's going to take them. Everybody said 18 months. You said 18 months. You said 18 months. And that was last night. On that.
So he's having a problem with the timing and saying that she should have did something, and that's the reason why he don't want to get him the money. What's going on? That was a lot of yelling.
Yeah, so I'm gonna tell you who was sitting. It was that's the mayor or the governor from Cali that was speaking. That was mayor.
She's a mayor.
Okay, so it was the mayor. Then it was Melania. Then it was Trump. Then Elon Musk looking like, which way did it go? Which way did it go? You could just see that he's just looking up in the air like he don't even know what the fuck they talking about. I didn't get to see who was on the opposite table, but I got to see who was sitting on the longer part. But I guess people want to go and clean up stuff, and he wants them to go now, and she wants to make sure everybody's safe. I don't know. But he ain't saying shit about the money. I want to hear a video about the money.
The air quality is so horrible over there. It's uncertain if folks can even get safe water over there. It's still quite dangerous. And also, I don't think the fire is totally contained yet.
Yeah, I think some of that is toxic. But you know, if they just let people go in like they want, then people are going to sue because they're going to get sick. And they want to clean up the ash, but it's just, I mean,
I got a notification today, and in the notification, it says that was 1 hour ago. And for the Palisades fires, they said we are allowing residents only. So I guess they are allowing residents access. Law enforcement will only conduct resident escorts between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m.
I mean, yeah, I understand their resources are stretched. I mean, I get it. But as someone who's been through like where there were hurricane damaged areas, sometimes that took years. And, you know, this is Houston. You have people have to clean up, the city would come. There's nobody to come and collect the trash. So where are they going to bring the debris? I mean, it's just logistical issues, but I get it. People don't think about that. I get it. The National Guard is still protecting against looters, which I think is important. So if you had one of those houses in Malibu or something, what the hell are you going to do with all of that debris? No.
It's bad.
And that burger place is right across the street, like the fucking oldest burger place in fucking New Jersey. And it's supposed to be really good. It's like right across the street from that fucking place. Riddell, hold on.
Hello again.
Hello.
Yeah. I still haven't heard anything from Rob.
Okay. What did you do? You messaged him on Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah, I sent Lorenzo Antonucci a message. I don't know if he's going to get back to me. Who's this? Oh, War got back to me. Remember War? Shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
What kind of music do you want?
Please don't have them go up there with the little mask they got from the dollar store to trying to clean that shit up. Please don't. Yeah.
I mean, they're still asking people if they've been down at 9/11 at the World Trade Center.
The truth is, he don't want his money, or not his money, but you know what I mean. Their money to go towards the cleanup people. They feel like, yo, let them do that shit themselves. That's how I feel. He don't want his budget to go towards that. Took about 18 months. That's ridiculous that people gotta wait 18 months to at least, you know. That's crazy. But I'm not surprised.
Isn't the suspension of the issue with the insurance companies not paying for the fires, isn't that suspended for only a year? So 18 months would actually be damaging people's pockets? Or am I not understanding this correctly?
Maya, what are you talking about? Are y'all protecting her? Is who protecting who? We're not even talking about her. I'm trying to get the understanding of what's going on, girl. What are you talking about? Well, what you saying, Montana?
Yeah, if anybody has a better video, I can play it. If you guys could put the link in the chat.
No, I was saying 18 months, because California put a pause on, these insurance companies not covering the damage from the fires for a year. So 18 months would be longer than a year. So that means...
What?
Okay, never mind. Forget.
I'm just slow. I'm trying to catch on. What are you talking
about?
No,
I think I'm also trying to understand, but I'm thinking out loud here. It's not making sense. Don't worry about it.
No worries.
All right, I just went and looked for another video. Hold on.
All right. Well, wait a minute. Michelle says 18 months is the typical timeline for a permit. They did state last week that the people that lost their insurance several weeks before that, the insurance company had to reinstate.
Okay, that helps a little bit.
Send professional invoices and get paid faster with QuickBooks mobile app. Know when they've been viewed and know when you're paid.
Also on tariffs, I often agree with you on tariffs. But how about no tariffs on building materials for the next 3 years?
We'll take a look at that, actually. This will take a look at that. Mayor, please. Yes. First of all, let me just take the opportunity to officially welcome you to Los Angeles. Really appreciate you coming, and especially just a few days after your inauguration. So I want you to know that your presence here is very much appreciated. Let me also say that I know you had an opportunity to see the devastation. You've seen the extreme loss, the grief that people are going through here. And we are 100% committed to getting this neighborhood rebuilt again. You mentioned a couple of things in terms of us expediting. So I signed executive directives right away so that we could cut the red tape. We can get people back building as fast as possible. And we're going to continue doing that.
One thing you see, I'm saying they will not be allowed to start for 18 months.
No, that will not be the case.
Okay, I just so
you can hold me to it.
This core group said that.
No.
That would be they should be able to do it. They should be able to start tonight.
That will not be the case. You know, first we have to take care of to make sure that there's not getting rid of the hazardous waste, cleaning things up so that people can start right away. And just like you said, if somebody had their household destroyed and they're going to rebuild essentially the same, maybe a little bit longer, a little bit higher, they really shouldn't have to go through much of a process. So I want you to know that we are expediting that. We absolutely need your help. We need the federal help.
You got it. I told you, you will have no permit problem. There will be zero delay. And as far as I'm concerned, you already have. I've been at least 8 groups of homeowners, and I'm much more worried about the fact that they said it's 18 months exactly, and they were devastated. They want to start now. They want to start removing things. They're not allowed to do it now. And you mentioned hazardous waste. Well, if hazardous waste, what's hazardous waste? I mean, you're going to have to define that. We're going to go through a whole series of questions on determining what's hazardous.
No.
I just think you have to allow the people to go on their site and start the process tonight.
And we will.
Okay.
You can come back and check.
Yeah, she's not ready for prime time. She should have came back. I know he definitely seemed like he was flustering her. Because she said, we're going to need government, federal help. And he's like, you got it. But she never fully finished exactly what the need was or the ask is.
I just wanted to correct something I said. That wasn't Elon. I'm in the dark, so I thought that was Elon sitting next to him, but it's not. Some other guy. I don't know who that is. Sorry.
Thank you for that. Thank you. No worries.
But that's her style. I wouldn't expect her to be.
Exactly.
She's not the confrontational type. To me, she came off the way she was supposed to, reiterating the safety concerns of her constituents. He sounded like a jerk saying that you need to specify what you mean by hazardous. We have whole industries in science and regulations that he ignores that are built on classifying what is considered hazardous waste. He just sounds like a jerk.
And it's very difficult
And
to
I
talk
also
to somebody
thought-
like that. It's very difficult to talk to someone like him without making them look stupid.
Yeah.
So the best thing to do is to go and kind of shut down, because I could definitely see me saying something like, well, clearly you don't know what this means. So instead of saying something. Exactly.
And I also think that she kind of backed him up, because he was doing all this bad talk about how he wasn't going to give them any money and all of that. And then when she was like, yeah, we need this money, we need your help, he was like, yeah, we're going to give you everything. Well, I'm glad to hear that, because we really need, it seemed like she was fast. She was taking him fast, too. And he didn't get a chance to do that backpedaling like he likes to do.
Yeah, it's like you're right. I didn't even think about that. She has to walk that fine balance because you know how black women that have any type of assertiveness trigger him, and you know I was really like on pins and needles listening to it because I was like, if she slips, he might throw out that nasty woman, and then I'm gonna be triggered. So I feel sorry for any black woman with any type of power and authority having to thread that needle when they're dealing with him.
That's a fact. I'm glad you replayed that, Mal.
Yeah, the replay with the full thing was a much better context. The first clip, it made me feel like the shit went down, it was really bad, and that I feel like the first clip, she set it up really well in the intro and gave him like the little bit of an ego boost and whatever that he needed. And it came off much better than that.
Oh my God, I hope that's not true. I'm reading what Michelle put in the chat. Imagine being an IRS agent on a desk job and then being told you got to be assigned to patrol the border. The horror.
Yeah, we need a link for that, Michelle.
Can you imagine the amount of training that they would have to go through in order to do that, if it would even be effective?
I just, like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, I just can't even imagine if I'm just used to, like, you know, doing my little computer click job with my nails and, you know, I got my little cubicle. I'm living the plush life. And then I get a notice saying, yeah, you got to go to the border to patrol it. I can't imagine.
First of all, there are IRS agents all over the U.S., so they're going to all go to where the borders are. What's going on?
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, hold on. I wanted to play another part. Hold on. Because they start talking about, that him talking about FEMA, eliminating FEMA and state, you know, handling their own shit. Hold on. Oh, my God.
We absolutely need your help. We need the federal help. You got it. I told you, you will have no permit problem. There will be zero delay. President Trump tells LA Mayor Karen Bass to open up the civic palisades for residents to clean up their properties. They should be able to start tonight. That will not be the case. You know, first we have to take care of to make sure that there's not getting rid of the hazardous waste, cleaning things up. You mentioned hazardous waste. Well, hazardous waste. What's hazardous waste? I mean, you're gonna have to define that. Residents pushing for an exact date to get back home. People are willing to get a dumpster and do it themselves. We think within a week. That's a long time away. I'll be honest. To me, everyone is standing in front of their house. They want to go to work and they're not allowed to do it. And the most important thing is a long time. Be safe. They're safe. The president pouring the fire damage from the air and from the ground. I don't think you can realize how rough it is, how devastating it is until you see it. The president hosting a freewheeling, hour-long spontaneous discussion with leaders from both parties. George Whitesides is a Democratic congressman from Santa Clarita. It felt raw, and the emotion in the room was strong. The president suggesting he's open to eliminating FEMA. Each state should take care of their problem and get money from the federal government. Earlier, the president suggesting California's federal disaster aid could be based on two conditions. Voter ID, so that the people have a chance to vote, and I want to see the water be released and come down into Los Angeles and throughout the state. Those are the two things. After that, I will be
the greatest president that California has ever seen.
We never condition aid for disaster victims. And the reason is because at the end of the day, we're all Americans. I'm hoping that we can get these funds and that we don't punish individuals for the policies of their state. Later, the president's saying this.
Look, I'm going to give you everything you want. I'm going to give you more than any president would have ever given you. We're going to override all the permitting.
When he said California will get what it needs.
But if you notice, he didn't say the relief. He was talking about permits. How do you read that?
I read it in a broader fashion. I guess I'm trying to be optimistic here.
We really want to thank you for that. Republican Assembly Leader James Gallagher, like somebody heard that we need to do better to prevent these dangerous fires. And you heard that a lot. Remove the regulatory barriers. The president agreed to meet with Governor Gavin Newsom at the tarmac of LAX, but did not invite him to the firehouse meeting. I have all the expectations that we'll be able to work together. FEMA was extremely helpful.
That was the old days when FEMA was good.
Republican Congressman also was invited inside. That was very different than a Joe Biden meeting. You talk about just what it felt like in the room and just the freewheeling nature of what we just saw. I love it. I think the people love it because it is a very open discussion. And, if you got anybody else, put it in there. But like you saw with one of them there, he kind of pushed back pretty good too. So this is what people want.
Much more on the president's visit coming up on our political show. The issue is from here and from Washington. They also suggest.
Whew, that audio was nail biting, but it was good because it slowed it down. I was able to hear, so that was good.
That shows you how when people post stuff on Instagram, they just take that 30-second or that 1 minute clip, to get that clickbait in. They don't put the whole thing, so you don't know exactly what was said before or after.
Right.
That clip that Michelle put in the chat, he said a lot of half-truths in there. Like he said that it's like a really short clip, but he says, they tried to hire 88,000 workers to go after you. And he's talking about the IRS people, but that's a half-truth. That's how many were probably supposed to be hired after he dismantled and gutted the IRS from his term. They had to staff back up and backfill just to complete everything in Biden's term. But then he goes on to say, and he's kind of like floating it out there. It's not like an executive order or anything. He just floats out there. Maybe I'll have them go to the border instead or terminate them. So it's not like it wasn't really substantiated in any official executive order or measure that he put out there. He just threw it out there in his Vegas speech.
Thank you, Janice. Beautiful. Thank you. So Trump said he's going to give you everything that you need. He's going to do more than any other president would have ever done. You're going to get the permits and all that you need. So this means he's not going to get him the money. He's just going to give him the permits. What's going on?
It's just hard to know because he lies about everything. So,
right.
But he'll be the greatest president that California has ever seen. Like he actually care.
You heard him say it, right? He said that, right?
It must be true.
Okay. If he said it, better believe it.
I mean, I think the only...
You see that he didn't allow the governor to come, Cali's governor to come to the meeting.
I mean, I think the only reason that he may actually try to help LA is because the Olympics will be under his watch in his final year, if he makes it to that. And if LA hasn't rebuilt really well by then, it's going to be hard to brag about it when he's bragging about the Olympics.
That's a fact.
Yeah, he definitely catered to his ego because he's going to want to have the biggest and the best Olympics of all time, for sure. But you know what else I was thinking? It's so funny that, he has, based on his level of understanding, he always asks questions and gets hyper-focused on things that he can grasp. And I was wondering when the clip was being played, like, out of all of the, recovery and disaster trips that presidents go on, I was trying to remember when I had to hear at, like, a granular level talks about permits. But then I thought about it. I was like, this is somebody that thinks he understands construction. And then when I thought about it, I was like, oh, so it makes sense that he would say, well, let them go in and rebuild and clean up. Because if he had to pay for it out of his own pocket, we know he hasn't paid. There's still contractors out there right now that he hasn't paid. So it would make sense. So it's all checking. Like, he didn't want to pay for the professionals to come because he didn't want to pay for it when it was on his job. Look at Atlantic City.
Well, I was amazed by the hazardous piece. He was like, "You're gonna have to explain that." And it's like, you were in constructions for many of years, sir. What, you don't know what hazardous is regarding the fire? What's going on, sir? Does he play like this, or is he for real? I think he's for real.
He's playing White House. I think it's in between. He's playing the character called the president right now.
Patty.
Well, he didn't know some of those executive orders he was signing because he didn't read them.
Now I was gonna say that's scary, but yeah, because he'll read it and still sign it. So I don't know which one is scarier.
With his marker.
Big old fat, what they call those pencils in school? Those fat pencils.
Well, it's a Sharpie.
Well, yeah, Sharpie. He's not even signing them with. He's not signing with Mont Blanc, is he? Is he doing the Sharpie? Has he?
No, he did the Sharpie. He did the Sharpie the last time.
Oh, that's so pedestrian.
Because I thought it was
so pedestrian.
He's
a preschooler. He's a preschooler. Yeah, he's a child. No, you know what? To say that is an insult to children.
You're right. Correction. You're right, Patty. It was a Mont Blanc, but he's not using what most of them do. He's not using the felt tip or the Meisterstück.
Right.
Let me get in my Mont Blanc bag for a second. He's using the felt tip, which is equivalent to a Sharpie. Yeah, he's using the fat one. It's probably like I would say like maybe the 7.7 millimeter. But yeah, so it might as well be a Sharpie because it's the real fat tip, but it's inside the Mont Blanc case.
Well, he got rid of those though, didn't he?
No, that's what he used. I mean, that's the thing.
And it has a marker tip?
Yeah, they have interchangeable. I have one that has a felt tip. I have something like that.
Well, that's a thick felt tip.
Yeah.
No. So I think he's using the.
Yeah.
This is alarmingly bougie.
Sorry, Scott.
Why you say that?
I mean, why do you say that? I mean, I write with a fountain pen.
Okay. So.
I don't write with that, but I mean, people buy you those as a gift.
Yeah, I write with them. They're great. They get a little messy, but yeah. I write with ballpoint pens. I write with roller ball pens. Yeah, but I like
Do you
pens.
have a quill?
I do have a quill.
I do.
See, there you go.
I even have
a quill.
I have a felt tip pen with my own personal nib, but I'm gonna go on mute.
And besides that, Scotty, you can get fountain pens for like $25. They even have disposable fountain pens.
Are you saying?
So there you go.
Wait, are you saying I'm broke? Or
I'm not saying that you're broke.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying that at all.
I don't write. I type.
There are different varieties of them.
I type or use crayon.
I'm broke. I just steal supplies from work. So.
Allegedly.
Yes, allegedly.
I use the regular pens.
It's not like an old school pen, right? Pen?
It's like remote. Yes.
But I mean, I think, yeah, I use Pilot pens. They're good pens. The ballpoint ones and the roller ball. They're very good. Those are the ones I write with.
I use the Army Issue Skill Craft Select pen. That's what I'm going to use.
So it's a lot going on with that. Check your bank channel, Mel. I think you still want music. There's been some slight drama in here today, Penny.
What happened? Never mind, I'll talk to you. Lord.
I think I got down to the bottom of everything. I think I know now. Take it alone. So who's this artist in your photo? I mean, in your PTR?
Bad Bunny.
Who?
Bad Bunny. You ever heard of him?
Oh, Bad Bunny is a guy?
Yeah.
You don't know the song he did with you know the song he did with Cardi B?
No, I don't. How does it go?
I like it like that.
I like it like that.
Yeah, baby.
Okay. I know that. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So, but what is he singing? That part? I mean, he has a whole album.
Nah, he raps. Yeah, he has a few albums. He's the #1 streamed artist on Spotify.
Oh, I don't have Spotify, but okay. All right.
Yeah, he came out with a political album.
Really?
Yep.
Oh.
What about Puerto Rico?
Okay.
About colonization, like.
And it's crazy because a lot of Caribbeans can relate to the album. So you see other people, they probably don't understand what he's saying, but they like, I don't know, I can relate to this. That's what Haitians talking about. Oh, I can relate to this album.
Well, if you're coming from another country, probably the U.S. meddled in your country's elections or meddled in something in your country, right? So he talks a lot about that, like, and colonization, gentrification. It's a really good album in my opinion. Great album.
You know this song? It's the one with Drake.
Yeah.
Yo, and I even heard Palestinian people singing his music is because he talks about he has a song where he talks about you want to take my rivers, like you don't want my kids to be raised here. And that's what's going on in Palestine, right? They're trying to remove them while they rebuild the land, right? They want to remove them to Egypt or, there's rumors flying around. I don't know if these are rumors or not, but there's talk
relocating them temporarily, the Palestinian people, to Egypt and even to Bali. But I don't know how true that is. But yeah, imagine you're from there, your kids will not be raised there, and who knows if they're gonna be ever able to come back. It's sad.
I think the best part was when he was in the train station with Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah, it's cool. Jimmy Fallon crazy.
I love Jimmy Fallon. He's so funny.
He had his tambourine.
Wait, I'm reading Project 2025 PDF. Patty, I don't know if you know this. So FEMA manages grants for DHS?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like reading on what they're doing, because everything that this PDF says is exactly what they're doing, which is trying to, get rid of FEMA or merge it with Department of Transportation. I'm like, that don't even make sense, but I'm like reading the stuff here. This shit reminds me of, you remember the boss, Homer Simpson's boss? He was like always evil and always like up to like an evil plan. I imagine all the authors of Party 2025 as like Homer Simpson's boss, just coming up with this evil shit.
Oh, Patty, you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Did you speak to your friend that was in Mother's PTR?
Oh, wow. That shit was weird, wasn't it?
Yeah, you was like, who's that?
It's crazy. He's been wearing it for 3 days, and I keep looking at it. I'm like, damn, I look like my homegirl.
Yeah, that's like somebody having my homegirl, my sister in their PTR, and I'm like, yo, what up with that? Who are you? So is that his family?
Huh?
Did he tell you if that's his family?
I mean, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't even. He said he was going to talk to me on the back end, but I don't know. I forgot to tell her, but I'm going to tell her. Okay. I'm just going to ask her, what's my name? Because I'm not even this. Really weird. Yeah, but like you said, it's like you're just somewhere random on an app. But what made him But if he knows her, he might have a little pain because she be extravagant.
Yeah, I wish I knew so I could comment, but I don't know what's going on.
Nicholas been wearing this female's PTR. He took it down though after. I guess when he realized he was like, yeah, I'm not doing this no more. But I had said, is that this person? And he was like, how do you know? I was like, you said Miami. You said you're from Miami, and I just start putting two and two together.
But I thought he wasn't straight, so that's why I was confused.
Yeah, but she hangs out with a lot of people.
Okay. Got it.
She's like one of those girls that she's a really sweet girl. She's very smart, and she's just really, really pretty, and a lot of people know her. That's when I was like, hold up.
Patty, did you know that were you here when Norm was taking up for Elon?
Who was?
Norm. He said that Elon did not salute to the Nazis. That was not a Nazi salute.
I don't even know. Look like one to me, but I don't know.
I'm just surprised from Norm. I really was.
Yeah, I am too.
Well, you heard the I think it was the ACLU, or is it the Defamation League? They supposedly put out a statement saying that it wasn't anti-Semitic, so I guess he's following those cues.
They walked it back though, Concrete.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, if you Google it today, you'll see they walked it back, given all the other stuff that Elon did after that.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. Maybe Norm didn't hear about it. Yeah, you good.
Yeah, you good.
No, I'm done. Maybe Norm didn't hear about it.
Oh, no, they told me.
No, we told him.
My question.
Oh, you did? Wow. And he still stood on business? Sorry.
Not really. He kind of waffled.
Ah, okay, that makes.
What else was he doing? So this is what I think. Let me tell you because we have to. I don't think that Elon Musk stood on stage and said, "It's now time for me to go ha-ha." I don't think he was doing that. Now, people might be wondering why I'm very good at that. It's because as a child, my favorite show was Hogan's Heroes. You got Colonel Hogan. You got Kinch. Of course, you've got Colonel Klink. I saw nothing. Stoltz. That was my favorite show as a kid. I had a fantastic childhood. Many of you did not. Let me continue. I don't think he stood up there and said, Hitler. By the way, I watched it on reruns. I think it used to be on Nick at Night or TBS. I'm not sure. You can still watch it. And I had a brother in there. His name, the great actor Ivan Dixon. If anybody knows Ivan Dixon. Remember, they had four. They had Hogan was American. Dixon was American. The goofy guy who was good at the machines was American. And then Richard Dawson played the Australian. If you remember Richard Dawson, he went on to be the host on Family Feud. And if you remember Richard Dawson on Family Feud, he used to kiss your wife right in the mouth. Richard Dawson would go from woman to woman. Oh, look, the Johnsons are here. What's your name? I'm Ellie Johnson. Mwah. What's your name? I'm Lula Mae Johnson. Mwah. What's your name, darling? I'm Lillian Johnson. Mwah. He used to kiss all the women dead in the mouth, and the husbands took that. That shit was insane. I don't know how he got away with that. but the brother had more game. So the husband was probably just in awe of this man's game. The man was an Australian, an alcoholic, and clearly didn't smell well and ate Vegemite. And still somehow got all that ass. What a blessing it is to have game. Let me continue. So I don't think that Elon Musk stood up and thought, oh, this is a Nazi salute, I'm going to do that. I just think that, and it's going to sound a little kooky. I apologize. It's going to sound kooky, so let me get this in. I think he has such a fascistic essence. And he's watched so much of that stuff growing up in South Africa. Remember, his grandfather on his mother's side was a great admirer of the Nazis. They were also supporters of the apartheid regime. That it came out of him. I know that sounds weird and kooky, but it reminds me of the time when Tiger Woods was unbeatable. And there was a woman on the Golf Network. People said, where is this going? You're about to see where it's going. And they were talking about Tiger Woods, and I don't know if it was the PGA or if it might have been the U.S. Open. I can't remember where it was. And they said, Tiger Woods is unbeatable. He's on a roll, greatest of all time. Is he going to break the Bears record? The Bears, Jack Nicklaus, for those of you who don't know golf or American culture or anything that requires reading. And the lady said, well, I think the only way you can beat Tiger is to go lynch him in the back alley. I said, huh? Lynch him in the back alley? Who remembers this? Who in their mind just has lynch in the back alley as their go-to for sports coverage? It was deep in that white woman. I think the Nazis salute me. And the Nazism is deep in Elon. That's right.
I agree. He got Asperger's too, so if he grew up with all that shit, he doesn't know how to socialize, and all that shit is just coming out.
I like that theory, Goat. Back to Richard Dawson, but do you remember him at all on the Match Game? I don't know if you ever watched that game show. I'm too old. But he was, oh man, well that whole show was filled with perv. Yes, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, everybody, they were drunk and stoned and making out, and Richard Dawson was a regular on there, as well as Betty White.
What the hell y'all was watching back in the days?
It comes on now on the game show, show network. It still comes on.
Yeah, Match Game.
What's it called?
Match Game.
Oh, Match Game. Yes, I did watch it pretty much. Yeah. So RJ put in the chat when Fuzzy Zeller, I don't know if y'all remember, Fuzzy Zeller talked about, because I don't know if you know the traditions, but if you win the Masters, say, who's on stage? Say Concrete's on stage. Concrete wins the Masters. It would be a DEI course. They'd probably give him a handicap of 20. He'd get a DEI Masters. Right? You then get the green jacket, of course, and everything, and then you get to choose the meal for the next year. There's a meal. Everybody comes together for the meal.
Fried chicken.
RJ reminded us that Fuzzy Zeller said it was going to be fried chicken and collard greens. That is conscious. Lynch him in the back alley is not conscious. She's just speaking, and that just comes out of her. If you saw Elon Musk at the beginning of that thing, he was doing some weird jump up and down. He had his hand, and so there was a way in which that crowd, it was electrifying him corporally. Like it was like electricity going through his body, right? So he was jumping up and down, jumping up and down. He said, "Thank you from the bottom of my heart." What he should have said was, "Dankeschön, das Wiese dein Haus." I just translated myself. I just started saying it in German. Myself. In German, I can do the translation. Dankeschön, das Wiese ist mein Herz. And he just did it. And it came out of nowhere. So that's what I believe. I think it came from in Freudian terms, a pre-conscious place. And I think that shit is deep, deep within him. I mean, he was making jokes the next day. Today, he's with the AFD, Alaska Deutschland. This is not a coincidence. He talks about Jews running the world. He frequently tweets and retweets the Jewish media conspiracies and all that kind of stuff. I was very disappointed from what I heard from El Normo today, because El Normo, if you recall, when Kanye West and Kyrie Irving and others, He was on that shit like white on rice. He was on it like sugar and salt on kettle corn. He was on it like Donkey Kong. And now all of a sudden, and so there's this weird thing where people are, you're on my side, I'm on your side, you're on my side. All we have to do is go and look at the fact that you had full slave owners, for example, that also had black families. In places like Louisiana, it was called Passage. You had a whole black family with a light skin, oftentimes mulatto, sometimes octoroon, usually quadroon. Happened all the time. So you have personal relationships, business relationships. Have we forgot that the Secretary of the Confederacy was a Jewish man? Are you telling me the Confederates weren't anti-Semitic? Of course they were anti-Semitic. Just because the Secretary was doesn't mean the organization wasn't anti-Semitic. Do we need to go into the history of the capos? Do we need to go into the history of the black overseers? I could call it Stephen. Let me put it not historical. Let me put it in terms many of you blacks will understand. Shall we talk about Stephen and Django Unchained? Now everybody's like, I got it. So I was kind of surprised at El Normo for that defense. I'm done speaking. You guys do.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a thing, if it's a clubhouse thing, or you just always have to be, have enemies on this app. So whatever they are co-signing as a thing, you have to automatically be against that. I don't know if it's, October 7th scrambled his brain even more, where now it's all of a sudden you're not a good Jew if you don't support everything the Israeli government has done ever. Mind you, I've never have. But I don't understand. I mean, it's pathological, really, his defense of Elon. And when you point out the Kanye and Kyrie thing, like when Kanye and Kyrie did that, I don't think me and any of my Jewish friends or family even thought about it. We're like, yeah, whatever. But when Elon did it, we're like, Jesus fucking Christ. So I don't know. I don't get it.
Well, part of the issue, just to use your personal example, make a broader point is that Norm has an issue with the liberal and progressive.
Please.
I'm having a
In our ear. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. Have you heard all the people eating in this room today?
I know, and it kills my sensories. I hate it.
Oh, okay. I thought the rules we could eat on mic.
I didn't know that you guys followed.
Hey, don't have no rules. Eat. Go ahead.
The only rule that you guys have is that you're inconsistently unruly. That's all.
Yeah. No. I thought we could eat on mic.
You can. Go ahead.
I'm done.
Go ahead.
I just finished gobbling
Just
up.
swallow. Go ahead.
I just finished gobbling up.
She told you to swallow.
It was a Lent truffle ball. It was a salty chocolate ball.
I love
Suck on my dog with salty balls. Put it in your mouth and suck them. Shout out to Isaac Hayes. Shout out to Isaac Hayes.
Get back to what you were saying, sir.
Well, that's from South Park. That's a South Park reference.
Not the third. The first, not the third.
That was a South Park reference. But anyway, what I'm saying was, the thing is that the liberal and progressive Jews who any critique of Israel, and this is why I think Jesse Jack was here. I always like for the black people on this app to watch how Norm interacts with Your Honor, Dark Aaron, Scotty, and others. Because if you ever want a master class in someone trying to keep someone in their tribe on code, it is Norm. Norm will be in the trenches with a black, a Latino, a woman, a man. But if one of those four people come into the room, he will stop fighting over here and go after them. And so part of the issue, what you see, Scott, is he knows that people like you think that it is. And so for him, he has to be on the other side of y'all because he thinks y'all are off code. He thinks that y'all are off code, and people always are like, oh, we not here. It's good to see people keep people on code. Now, I'm not saying his code is the right code, but it's a lesson in code keeping. Norm stays on there. I mean, Norm will be fighting, I don't know who's in the chat, RJ, for example, use RJ, the other RJ. They could be talking about some historical point. They be cussing each other out. If Your Honor, Aaron or Scooty comes in, he's got nicknames for him. He denigrates them personally. He calls them bad Jews. He says this other. Now, I'm not saying I agree with the content of what he's doing, but it's a lesson on code keeping. None of us keep code like that. You can learn those couple things from people who keep code like that. And that's why certain groups in America have certain kinds of things, and certain groups in America don't have certain kinds of things. He does not stand for their version of the coon the way many of us stand for our version of the coon. Now, many people won't like what I'm saying because they don't like Norm. Take Norm away and just look at the performance of what he does. I'm done speaking. And if you don't know what I'm saying, that's on you, not me. God bless. And everybody's seen it too. We've all seen it. We've all seen it.
You know, the thing that a lot of people don't see because they may, the only Jews they may see around this app is that in many cases, certainly in my sphere entirely from growing up and everybody I've ever related to in my Jewish world, he's the one that's not on code. So it's fascinating.
Well, yeah, the content of the code is sort of immaterial. It is the processes and practices of coding up.
Yeah, his commitment to it is pretty exceptional, to the point where he will denigrate at all costs in every way and never shut up about it until he's removed.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
when that woman came off mute today, what was her name?
Oh yeah, Sue?
Sue, he calls her Susie Q. He didn't know if she was a Jewish woman at first, or she didn't say, but when she said it was, it's as if, I don't know if anybody's Zelda, but there are these flying bats. They're called keeses. They'll fly around, but then when that eye turns red and that keese attacks you, you better get it with an arrow. That's what Norm's face was like when he found out that woman was Jewish today. He was flying around, and then his eye turned red. It's a lesson, I'm telling you. Okay, people think I be joking on this stuff. That's why I'm learning a lot from that.
I see it. I definitely see it. He thinks he's the leader, but that's the whole thing. They're saying don't speak for us. That was the problem. And he thinks that he has the power, and you know he's the main person here that can be the leader of the Jews. That's the reason why you asked him.
But you miss what he does. He doesn't say he's the leader of the Jews, because I think Scotty said, "Are you the king of the Jews?" etc., which is funny if you know that. And he said, no. There's an official Jewish response. An official Jewish response.
Imagine.
Black people in America today say things like, well, we're not a monolith. That was never said before 1990. I can guarantee you that, even though black people weren't a monolith. But there's been a virtue in being multifaceted, everybody's different, individualized. Norm represents an approach to gatekeeping where there's an official response. Now the question is, where did he get the official response from? He could have got it from the Knesset, he could have got it from the ADL, could have got it out of his ass. But he said there was an official response.
Which is hilarious, because there's an old adage in Jewish culture, which is 2 Jews, 3 opinions. So there is any.
So my understanding of that, now I'm not a Jewish person, although I do believe African Americans are one of the 10 lost tribes of Israel. Either the tribe of Gad, Issachar, Simeon, Levi, or Dan. That's right. Anyway, so I'm going to speak a little about term. That, I think, is for intra-group discussions. It's for fun and games. But in the political sphere, in the public sphere, Norm makes sure there is an official response. And if his tribesmen don't uphold the response, he has to take care of them first before he takes care of one of us.
Yes. And not because I want to argue with him at all, but it's just to, he has to force me to respond by saying, no, you don't speak for all Jews, even though I don't really want to engage with him at all. But just because I'm in a public space, there may be people who actually think, which he absolutely does not. All the Jews in those crazy Israeli rooms that have been on there forever do not speak for all Jews either. So I have to sometimes go around and say that from time to time.
Well, let me say from the outside, I know that's true. And thinking people know that's true. But the general perception is that Jewish Americans and Jewish persons generally, especially so-called Ashkenazi Jews, speak with one voice. And that's what Norm was talking about today. And if you go off track, he's on your ass. There is no, when you're gatekeeping.
He's a Meshuggah.
Yeah. When you're gatekeeping and on the coon hunt, it's only one voice. I'm just telling you that. That's what Norm does. Y'all got to peep what Norm is doing. I'm telling you, he'll be arguing with somebody back and forth. If Aaron comes in, or Scooty, or he's got words, he's got names he calls y'all. He spells them out in a particular way. I saw one time him and Dark Aaron went back and forth, and I'm not exaggerating when I tell you this. In about 15 minutes of back and forth, over 100 messages each in the chat.
Well,
man, I don't know. Oh, sorry, real quick. I don't know. The couples is you can't quite use that word, but whatever we go with the word for like quote Jewish coon, he is on the prowl. And when that woman asked him that question today, I said, "Oh my God, why would she do that?" He's gonna come back with a list of things, and she's not gonna be able to respond. He is ready for it. If you ask him, he's ready. Call him Alicia Norm. If you ask him, he's ready. He's ready to go. And I'm not saying people should be like Norm. I'm not saying people should act like Norm in terms of having his views. But when it comes to coon hunting and gatekeeping, the man gives a master class in every room that one of those three people come in. But we don't have to harp on this. People can. I'm done speaking.
No, I mean, but I will say this. I'm sorry he's not here, but I think I tried to stop him once, but Dark Aaron falls into the trap every single time. With the engaging back and forth.
But you do better. Yeah, that's the ranking. You do best. Yeah. Your Honor does next. Dark Aaron is so bad, he's just skip 3 and go to 4. Just leave 3 open.
Like, it's better if he just doesn't say anything at all, because that will actually make Norm crazy. So that's the idea. But it's better for me to just bring up food and shut it all down, and then move.
Yeah, we can move on, Miles. I don't think we're talk about.
I just came on stage to ask you to not sing a song like that again, though. In that style.
If you ask him, he's ready. It's true, man.
Let's give it Aaron Neville, and I hate Aaron Neville.
Oh, I can give you a full Aaron Neville, Paul.
Not too much on the Neville.
I cannot stand it. It's just why is he singing like that? It's like he's just licking his vocal cords. It's beautiful.
I mean, he is light skinned, so.
I'm light skinned, and I sing with,
I always knew you were light skinned. You gave that vibe.
Well, I'm really a red bone. I got a deep brown skin attitude, even though I'm,
You're 35%. You're 35% German, huh?
Nope, only
8. Does Aaron Neville still wear those like feather earrings or something like that? That's what I always see him in. Okay. Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know.
As long as he ain't wearing them in the fucking recording booth. As long as he's wearing them in his house.
You gonna punch him in the throat, Saint?
Yes. Because I would never say this to his face, because that man did hard time.
How many years did he do?
Girl, I don't know. I don't like him. I mean, I don't dislike him as a person. I just don't like the way he sounds.
You know, if Goat was a singer,
that's why in the Matrix he's about to talk shit.
People,
That's why you're in the Matrix, so you're talking shit.
Your mama.
I
Can't
just
hear
don't
you in the Matrix.
say. Do you think it's his like? I don't know. His like body like doesn't match the voice. You know what I mean? There's something about the.
Oh, well, that doesn't bother me. I just literally just don't like the tone of when I hear it. I'm like, skip. Yeah. You know what? It feels like watching somebody like teeter on like the hind legs of a chair. It's like, is it gonna fall? Is it gonna stay up? Like, I just don't know if it's. I just don't know if it's all right. Type of a thing. It's just, I don't know. It's not.
King, is your mic work?
Yeah, I'm just parking in my. Oh, wrong King. Sorry.
I think she was talking to you.
Yep, she's parking. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in my garage, so.
You need concentration to park in the garage?
No, I'm just saying that I'm gonna go in the Matrix.
Okay.
I'm tired of you light-skinned women today. I really.
It's a public parking garage that's attached to her apartment building.
It's not a public. It's underneath. It's actually underneath my apartment building. Heated.
Stop telling people business.
Nanny,
And it's electric. And it's electric. Yes, Concrete. How are you
I'm good,
today?
thank you. How are you doing?
Why were you yelling at Jess earlier?
Jess is obsessed. I don't like to get into it.
He wasn't yelling at Jess.
They were both yelling.
I was whispering. No, I was whispering. Yeah, you're right. I was whispering. But Nanny, what is the most desirable? Nanny, what's the most desirable land?
It's Nani.
Sorry, Nani. Nani, what is the most desirable livestock for your family?
We prefer coffee beans. That's where they made their.
No, I'm asking. Is it goats, sheep, cows? What about for your father?
50 camels.
Camels. Oh, camels.
And how many gallons of beer on the wall?
My parents would never want me with somebody who's like a homophobic, bigoted asshole.
Yes, they would.
No, they wouldn't. My dad is very, very, very leftist.
And you're African, right? Okay.
Why do you keep saying that?
I'm just messing with you. Because my mom, I had a conversation with her, and she was telling me
What are you? Because you sound like you're Puerto Rican.
Oh, thank you. I've never gotten that one before. I'm West African. But I was talking to my mom, and she was saying how there are all these daycares that are closing in, yeah, Mel, is Mel here? Never mind. All these daycares that are closing, and I told her, well, that's because there's more schools than there are kids. And she was like, it's because of all these same-sex couples. They're not having kids. And I was just like, okay, Mom, yes, that's the reason. African mom. So that's why I was like, an African dad who wants you to
wait,
with a man who's not homophobic? That's strange.
That was
that. I don't even know.
It's not strange. I come from very smart people who care about people.
Yeah, but they weren't woke. I'm presuming, your parents' age range, they weren't that woke such that they would be like, no, you can't do that. You can't have those attitudes towards.
Yeah, King, we didn't hear that last.
I grew up in juvie. No, I said, does Concrete even have parents?
No.
Well, they're not human.
I'm just saying he's giving. I grew up in a group home. That's all.
No. They're not human. I was raised by.
Damn, no, that is rude.
I was raised by.
It's rude. I've just seen those types of children, and they grow up to be like.
No, she's right. She's right. She's very.
He's so angry. Like he's.
No.
He's always angry. He's always angry.
No, she's very observant. I was actually raised by
wolves?
cyborg wolves. Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
Cyborg wolves. So it wasn't actual biological wolves. It was artificial and robotic wolves, which is even better, right? Because at least.
You're giving off like I have mommy issues. That's what you're giving.
Yes. How did you know? My
Do you
mom
think
happened
it's
to be.
spoiled? Like he's a spoiled?
No, like he was neglected by his mom.
Yes.
I think
maybe because of that.
Is this an intervention? What's going on?
I think he was spoiled, King. I think he received too much attention.
Yeah, she's right too.
We'll never know because he'll never disclose it.
I will. My mom is a triple OG. She comes from that Pentecostal lineage, which is very stoic and very strong and very hardworking. Don't cuss. I heard her cuss when it was recently. I was surprised. No alcohol. Maybe a little wine.
How did you how did you become you if you had such a nice person in your life?
Yeah. He's more rough around the edges, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah,
he beat you a lot?
No, not at all. That's not even his style. Very rough around the edges, but hilarious and crass and he's the type of guy, you're like, man, you are a headache, but he'll see somebody on the side of the road, he'll be like, oh, let me stop and help that person.
So you
got places to go.
Goat?
No. Anyway, he's dynamic is what I'm trying to explain. He will stop to help a stranger.
No, that description sounds like goat.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know goat was dynamic.
What'd she say?
No, I was just saying the way he was describing his father, it reminded me of you. Like just disgruntled old man.
Check your back channels.
That's where your daddy is.
Oh. I'm in there, bitch, too. I'm in the back channels, too.
I learned how to take screenshots, though.
I know. Oh, the rapper who did Walk It Out died.
Yes, at the age of 42.
Now Walk It Out.
Walk It Out.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good activation.
Did they say what he died of?
It's not disclosed, but he had a heart attack in 2009.
Damn, that's not lean. These niggas be drinking too much.
Heart attack in his 20s?
They be doing too much drugs.
He may have had a heart condition, a pre-existing heart condition.
Oh, well.
That's really nice of you, Sherry.
Yeah, he was known for bad eating, his smoking and drinking.
Well, we'll do it for you, Dad'll. Yeah.
When's the last time y'all had your annual?
Last annual.
Wait, who?
3 months ago.
Wait, this is a HIPAA
annual. Last time.
Yeah.
The question is.
It's not a HIPAA violation if you choose to answer it.
Somehow HIPAA works, Scotty.
Oh, just let it breathe.
No.
There should be a violation with those red sneakers.
When's the last time you had your annual?
What did you say?
When's the last time you had your annual?
Oh, I had it last October, and I'm gonna have one at the end of the month. I usually do it around my birthday, but sometimes I don't like bad news.
Male or female doctor?
I have all of them. Depends on which specialty you're talking about.
Well, your general practitioner who does the general physical.
Oh, my internal medicine is a woman. But my cardiologist is also a woman. My endocrinologist.
Why do you have a cardiologist?
Because niggas is dying every day, B.
You have a heart condition?
Well, I'm not gonna go into all that.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Check your back channels. I've got some solutions.
Sorry to hear that.
So everybody, everybody stop talking to Bryn, supposedly. They're all coming out with different statements, Goat.
I saw that. I was online.
I think something happened. I'm ready to see the reunion.
I think, is it next week? Will they take 2 weeks off?
I don't know. I hope it's soon because I'm ready. I think they should replace Jenna. Jenna's boring.
She is boring.
Nanny, if your father met me, he would say, please, darling, don't mess this one up. This is a good man. I will give him...
What's a Nigerian?
He is African, right? He is African, right?
That's West African.
He is a good man. I will...
My dad has more like of a British accent-ish, like a tinge of that, because he went to Catholic school his entire life, so he had Catholic priests teaching him English. When's the last time you saw your father concrete? When's the last time you saw your father concrete?
Sometime last week.
Do you get your dad a Father's Day gift every year?
We are grown as men.
See, that's the problem with men in general, and this is why women live longer. We take care of each other. We buy each other things. It's quality time with each other, listen to each other, nurture each other. You should be. I buy my dad a gift every Father's Day, and I'm older than you. So how are you not buying your own father a Father's Day gift? Did he stop being a father?
No, it's what kind of thing?
That's
Hey, what's up, Dad? How you doing? I got you this gift. Happy Father's Day.
You should. That's nice.
What's wrong with just, hey, how you doing? Happy Father's Day. Love you. Have a good day.
No,
what's wrong with that?
Because then y'all come on Clubhouse and all, men are never appreciated. No one ever thinks of us. Men's mental health. Well, this is part of mental health.
So let me tell you a story. So I recently bought some.
Can it be a short story? Because you're kind of long.
It's very short. Pause. I recently bought some Givenchy cologne, but I bought it at a discount retail place, off Saks, and they don't let you smell it. So when I opened it up, I was like, ugh, this is horrible, and I kept it in my truck. Saw my dad, bumped into him one day, said, yo, you want this? He smelled it, he loved it. I was like, wow, oh, what? That's pretty good. There you go. And that was 2 weeks ago. So there you go. That was a folly.
Let me give you some bougie Negro lessons and/or just knowing what it is. Givenchy.
I like that. I have heard it pronounced that way. I did not. Did I know they were the same? I probably didn't realize it.
No, that's how you pronounce it.
You keep saying Givenchy. You keep saying it. Yeah, keep saying it.
That was actually nice.
That's what it's called at Off Facts, y'all.
Yeah,
no, Off Facts.
You know, Jenny's, I prefer Nordstrom Rack versus Off Facts.
Agreed.
Off Facts is pretty mid.
Agreed, yeah.
Off Facts
has Gucci shoes, though.
And they had a helmet.
Oh, now you come off, Mike. So you like Gucci shoes. You like Gucci, huh?
And they got the Gucci bags, and they got the...
Daddy, do you buy your father a Father's Day gift? Or, sorry.
Do I buy my dad what?
The father of your children, do you buy him a gift? Father's Day gift?
Oh, yeah. For my daughter, yeah.
Wow, look at that. That's top tier. What? Look, ladies,
why you need to buy your dad a gift. Concrete. Nice one.
You'll probably anyway. Feel led by God to tell us.
Instead of asking, maybe you should search your heart to hear if it's coming. Mm-hmm.
It's making me think about that regret that you might have when your parents are no longer here. And I pray to God I don't have it. But it's almost like you can't avoid it, right?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
None.
Okay, so imagine, your parents are no longer here, and then you start thinking about all these instances.
Some people don't have their parents here.
Well, can I talk to the crowd that do? If that's not too harsh?
What you feel as though, should your parents die, you'll have regret?
It's possible. And I hope not.
I think it's normal. It could be normal.
If you feel that way, then you can fix it now, before it happens.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
But you can't though.
But now,
what do you mean?
What's being regretted?
Y'all gonna make a thug cry. I'm not gonna cry on the mic with you.
Are you
I think crying is good for you. It's cathartic.
Not the concrete, not setting.
Eggplant.
Why are you frying eggplant?
It's the first process in eggplant parmesan.
Ooh, I made this Japanese curry the other day with eggplant, and so
could have baked it.
With the breading, you mean air fried? You gotta put a little light coat of flour.
Yeah, to hold it together.
At least that's the way I do it.
Mm-hmm. You doing this by yourself?
So first lady, is spaghetti a main dish or a side dish?
I'm sorry?
Is spaghetti a side dish or a main dish in your house?
You're presuming it's allowed in the house.
That's a trick question coming from a Somali. Answer carefully.
I know, I'm waiting. You know, go.
Be careful.
Okay, answer the question, me. Why is she on mute?
Well, I proceed with caution because council told me to do so. So.
So this old ass man told you to not say nothing and that you don't say shit. That's this nigga. We don't give a fuck what both says. What is this?
I want
This
whatever
is
you
worse than a Donald Trump. This is worse
These
than a Donald
days,
Trump
teammates,
takeover.
you have been off the chain, so please send me whatever.
I was sick the last month. I want to know, is spaghetti a main or a side dish in your house?
I really don't fix spaghetti in my house.
Okay, that's a.
Boom! I told you.
You don't make no pasta?
I make pasta, but I don't like. That's what I'm saying. So when you say spaghetti, I'm thinking about.
Do you know that people in
meatballs.
New Orleans make? You know, people in New Orleans make macaroni and cheese with spaghetti pasta. It's
like long string noodles.
She's not here to defend herself, Nani.
I don't even know what's going on.
She's cussed me out before. I'm not cussing her people. That's exactly what I'm saying. All she. So, Janice, is spaghetti a main or a side dish in your house?
It depends on the occasion.
The right answer.
Yeah, it depends.
Can we just leave the noodle shaming in 2024? Those of us who were there, those of us.
Yeah, can someone
Is
shed
that
some light on what's
before or
going on?
after? Was that before or after we talk about people who use paper plates for every goddamn?
In this economy, I'm just happy people got food. Okay, like I ain't listening. I ain't up in nobody's house making it. I ain't making nothing for nobody else. Okay, like I don't know. I just want people to live.
Bonnie, I was talking about the New Orleans spaghetti and macaroni and cheese, that it's a trap.
When you say spaghetti, do you mean an actual meal based on spaghetti? Or spaghetti? I'm just really confused with what y'all are talking about.
They're using the noodles to make macaroni and cheese.
If that's just undo that whole question. No, that's not.
Okay.
Don't pull it apart like this. Like that's not gonna help you get nowhere. It's literally just a different noodle. It's as simple as that. They just don't use the traditional elbow. They use a longer noodle.
Okay.
But like how can the cheese stay on there? Exactly. Thank you, Sandra.
Yeah, spaghetti for macaroni and cheese sounds hard. Cheese casserole with spaghetti sounds disgusting.
It is cheese casserole.
How long can
I
you
can't call it macaroni and cheese if it doesn't have any macaroni in it.
How long can you keep Parmesan cheese in the refrigerator?
Google it.
You can keep it a long time, but if you put it in the freezer, you can put it in the freezer.
Every man should chop a Parmesan block once in his life. It's the rite of passage.
You ever had that spaghetti where they made?
Bonnie, please, but.
Why aren't you guys bringing up Bonnet? She's asked me to come up for defense.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not looking at my phone. Who wants to come up? 1 second.
Erica Bonet.
Yeah, you knew what you was doing. You knew what you was doing. You saw me in the chat when they was right here begging me to come up here and say something. I tried to ignore it. Okay? Who the fuck said cheese casserole? You wish you could cook like a Louisianian on your best day. Okay? If you don't know what good food is, just say that. Don't come for us. Okay? Don't do it. Don't let me catch you down here. It might be trouble. Now, who wants something? Who has something smart to say? Was it concrete?
No, bud, if we put it
Damn! Look at that!
Damn.
I'm gonna set your ass out to dry now. Stop fucking playing with me.
It was a whole female voice talking about your food and how you
Who was it? Speak up.
Is Study Pinger in here?
Huh? No, I was in here when I heard the fuckery the first time. King didn't say nothing slanderous, so I
Wow.
But y'all just kept going. You kept going. I tried.
Y'all ain't got nothing to say.
Listen.
Okay.
Let's talk about the blandness. Let's talk about the blandness and anticlimactic fair called a beignet. Can we do that?
If you don't.
Oh no! Are we really going to beignet?
Can we just clear get the business straight? The beignets.
They are overrated. They are overrated.
Because you ain't got no money.
They are.
I went to Cafe Du Monde as prescribed, and I was thoroughly underwhelmed with both the beignet and the coffee.
You got diabetes. Okay, you want the shit to be like, shit on the stick. And it ain't that. It's not.
And I went.
Okay, because you want a diabetes.
Education.
That's on you.
Just for clarification.
Yeah, fluffy. That's what we like.
Just for clarification, I went pre and post. We all know the defining moment in your history, and yeah, underwhelmed.
Saint Super Bowl?
No, the other one.
Don't.
Pre and post. Let me ask you a question.
Pre and post.
I don't want to hear it now. I've been on your side.
Hold on. When your team wins 4 games, and my team's in the NFC Championship, you can't talk about teams crying. Don't do that.
I'm gonna let you live because that's my boy.
Let you live. Yeah,
just
one.
Move on.
But let me ask you a question. First of all, on concrete, the beignets are. I'm fine with it. They're fine.
Okay, great.
I really love the iced coffee. The iced coffee is very good. Much better than hot coffee. That's your question, Bob. It's about your PTR. Can I ask you a question?
You ain't bored.
Did you take the picture of this PTR after you left the mall from a glamour shot?
See you soon.
No, I was on my way to go bartend.
Are you familiar with glamour shots that used to be in the mall?
Yes, I am. With the little Playboy bunny background we used to pull down. We loved that one. Mm-hmm.
What about that? Is it? What about that? I'm trying to remember. You guys had a high-rise building that was abandoned.
I think that's questioning.
You know what I'm talking about? What's that major street? It's not Canal. Is it Canal Street?
Bourbon Street?
No, I think it's Canal. Don't they intersect Canal and Bourbon?
Bro, what is you talking about?
That's the cross street. I don't understand.
Yeah. So there's a high-rise building that was abandoned. It was vacant. Huge building, I believe on Canal. Is it still vacant? Yes or no?
There are a lot of vacant buildings spoken in. I'm confused. I don't know.
Concrete's asking about concrete.
I'm not even from New Orleans, so I don't know.
So, Bonnet, are you telling us we need to go to New Orleans and experience it? Or like what?
I will stay y'all ass where y'all at, because y'all don't appreciate high culture anyway.
Not high culture.
I just know there's a lot of French, West African influence, like beignet.
And I heard that Mississippi has a better Mardi Gras. I'm going.
You meant to say Mobile, because that's what people say. But absolutely not. Whatever. I'm sick of y'all. Y'all don't know what y'all be talking about.
The Mobile claim they can make because none of us will ever go to this Mobile.
Exactly.
That's why that rumor continues to circulate, because none of us are going to Mobile. There's no way the Mobile Mardi Gras is better than that. Well, that's why.
Somebody else, boy.
Yeah, no.
How do you get into Mobile? How do you fly into Mobile?
You go to New Orleans. You fly to New Orleans to drive. That's how.
You gotta put on old slave clothes.
Men from Alabama are very lovely, though. They're very lovely.
What else they got going for them?
I think an easy way to figure that the Mobile wouldn't be better is if they don't have the Indians. I feel like the Indians is the number one attraction.
Yeah,
to Mardi Gras. So does the Mobile Mardi Gras have Indians?
Somebody rise up who's been to a Mobile Mardi Gras. Let's see. Where's
You can't have Mardi Gras without Indians. That's part of the.
No, that's a foundational part.
I thought so. Okay, right.
It might be. I'm not sure.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You gotta have Indians. Yeah.
I'm gonna look and see. I'm gonna see if I can find some pictures.
We even have them in our hometown. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, the feathers, all the. What was it? The Zulu. What was it called? The Zulu. What's that one group on their float?
Yeah, that's the Zulu.
The Zulu. Yeah, even they infuse it with native cultural permanent garments and stuff. It's quite beautiful. It's quite beautiful. Those floats.
It is awesome to go from bar to bar and hear the best jazz music you're ever gonna hear by some people you've never heard of, and just
for free,
repeatedly, just on and on. It's crazy, and for free. There you go.
Yeah, the first time I went to New Orleans, I couldn't believe that was like just regular, like outside of New Orleans, people would pay $100 for that shit. I just couldn't believe you just showed up to a bar and some dude in the back was playing the trumpet and he sounded like Louis Armstrong. Not literally, but I would just.
Oh, you know him? You follow him?
Louis Armstrong?
No, the guy that sounds like him.
No. I didn't meet him. I was on my I spent that so good. The people are so good. It's for free entertainment. It's just incredible.
Oh yeah, it is. They're great.
There's a guy that literally sounds like him though. He goes all over.
Contract?
I don't know. I know he goes all over and like performs at different venues. Yeah. I'm gonna put him in the chat.
So, Bonnet, who invented the monstrosity that is spaghetti, macaroni, and cheese?
You gonna keep going, right? You gonna keep talking about it.
I'm just flabbergasted as to why you think that you can put cheese with spaghetti noodles. It just drips off, like, and then it's all hard and shit. It's not even like, when have you ever seen a video where it don't look that good? It just, why are you doing that with spaghetti noodles?
Mac and cheese. I like that shit all runny. We like it the old way. We like it together. Like, you can cut it. That's how we like it.
Cut it? You want to cut?
Yes. Y'all don't. Y'all don't got Black American. I don't know what's going on.
I'm not Black American. I'm gonna let
Black American speak. Yep.
Okay, well, go. Can I give you a go? Do you like to cut your macaroni and cheese?
No, but I'm not from that.
He's not from the South.
No, they don't do that in the South. They do it where you are. They don't have macaroni and cheese like that in South Carolina. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
I used to live in South Carolina. Yeah, they do.
You think that's a Southern thing, the spaghetti and cheese thing?
No. I'm saying the cutting, like not it be all cheesy and wet and like how they like it now.
Oh, yeah. That's how I had it growing up. Yeah, that's normal. Yeah. I thought y'all was talking about the noodles. I'm sorry, I'm working. I apologize.
Jerry, Janice, other Black Americans.
I mean, to be
fair,
fair,
all Black Americans like.
Do you like to cut? You like to cut?
Yeah, the runny thing is for white people.
Yeah, we like to cut it.
Yeah, that's for white people.
Yeah, the runny, yeah.
White people.
You like to cut your mac and cheese? I don't like that mac and cheese. I like that good Caucasian soupy mac and cheese. That's what I like.
I don't like either one anymore, but that's why. Yeah. Macaroni and cheese is bad for you. Y'all need to stop eating that shit.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, and I'm not gonna make it because I'm just by myself. So.
mean, to be fair, all regions of Wakanda have some sort of antisocial custom that we would all had we, if you're not from that region, think is, sacrilegious.
Like what?
Yes. Have you ever heard of chitterlings?
You mean chitlins?
Yes.
When you say Wakanda, you must mean America, Black America.
Yes.
Okay.
The only one that exists.
Yeah, no, but
Wakanda is on the African continent, last I heard.
Yeah, once you become adult and leave your parents' house, you don't eat that anymore.
So Americans, a lot of you don't eat tramp. In the Caribbean, we eat tramp, mondongo.
There you go.
I eat mondongo. What are you talking about?
He said Americans. Are you American?
Yeah, I'm American.
Oh, that's nasty now.
I am American.
That's not what I heard last night.
I am American. Where is Puerto Rico part? Where is Puerto Rico a part of?
Oh, by the way, Mel.
It's between me and Mel.
Let me tell you, the way my husband throws me, flips me, and turns me around, there ain't nothing dirty over here.
I know that's right, sis. Wait a minute.
I'm 21 years, baby.
You said it. Wait a minute.
When he called it a deluxe package.
Okay.
All right.
Mel.
Tripe is not chitlins.
It's
Tripe
not, but we definitely
It's the stomach, right?
Stomach of the
We
cow.
don't eat intestines. But
You eat the udder?
I like that tongue.
Udder? Is that not nothing?
We don't eat the intestines, but we eat the stomach.
You don't eat the tongue? I like the tongue.
Black Americans will use the tongue for flavoring, but they don't really eat it.
Yeah, we eat the tongue.
Goat.
Yeah, we eat tongue. But not cow tongue.
The Jews love tongue as well. They like it sliced in their delis.
Yes, they do.
Mel, King said that I sound Puerto Rican. I wanted to hear what you think about that.
I was just picking any old thing.
That is the right answer. Thank you so much.
Yeah. I was just picking any old thing. I wasn't really serious.
Have you ever heard of gizzard-infused cornbread with
Yes,
a nice
I make it.
Black beans aioli?
I do make my dressing with the gizzard.
I was just trying to spruce it up.
I
was trying to de-niggify it.
But you definitely supposed to put. Yeah, I mean, aioli. Are you gonna add? What are we talking about here? Do you even know how to make it?
With a chitterling foam. Tonight's special is.
Okay.
Chitterling foam.
Tonight's special is a smoked pig's feet with a.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you just said black-eyed peas fritters.
Who likes music?
I love music, dude.
Oh, you love music?
Yeah.
What kind of music? And at the same time, they don't want Hamas. Hamas has agreed. The PA has not. The PA went out of their way to kill their own people to prove, hey, give us the money, we can handle it. I mean, which is taboo in our culture to go and kill young people like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they're willing to do it for money. They are one of the. They are, even though it looks on the outside it's Hamas, because they're the resistance.
Mm-hmm.
But who has sabotaged the peace process? I could say, Israel, but I can't say Israel. The PA agreements, I would say agreements, they have not taken any step forward for the Palestinian people. Except for
like construction companies within the PA?
The Abbas's sons, they pretty much cornered the market on construction.
Okay. And do you think the Israeli construction companies would look to take a part of this?
No, I don't think the PA is going to be around by the time Phase 3 is implemented. I don't think they're going to be around. They are so hated. They've been hated for years. Yeah. Now they are so hated. I just don't see them being around. I think there's going to be a very bloody coup. And I think the outside world knows this. The Arab world knows this. Hamas knows this. This is why they have agreed to this this board. And this idea of a technocratic government. Technocrats that would be as a transitional government to building an actual Palestinian economy and checks and balances, auditing and compliance. This is I think why the PA was working so hard to take control of this board. Before the ceasefire was enacted, with those final 2 weeks, the PA literally said that we want control of this board because they knew that's where the money was going to come in and who's going to be in charge. And they were rebuffed by Israel, Hamas, U.S., Qatar, Egypt, and Saudi.
Unbelievable.
How brazen they are. It's disgusting. And then they were like, you know what? Then we don't want anything to do with it. That's what they said. They were temper tantrum.
Unbelievable.
Embarrassing.
Yeah. Now, if you got a bunch of new construction into Gaza, have nice high-rise apartment buildings and all that stuff, I mean, there's so much that could be done there.
I think, yes, it's going to take a lot of. So, to me, what I'm very hopeful about is it's not going to be just those in Gaza working. It's going to be Palestinians that will be working. It's going to take a lot. So, all of this influx of money into the hands of the average Palestinian gives them hope. And this will, this will turn things around because the biggest problem with Palestinians, if you call them radicals, and you get down to the main issues, is of course the occupation. But okay, it's also not just getting, if you said to a Palestinian, listen, here's a job, you're making good money, and we're working on, and here's what we are going to do to build a Palestinian state so that there is no more occupation. So technically, there's still going to be an occupation for a few years. Just that hope alone, knowing that they are working for their future, and that would be enough to remove or neutralize all resistance forces. Really, that would be enough.
Yeah, you're right.
Most of the resistance are resisting the occupation. If there's a deal on the table,
you can get stickers.
There's no resistance. I would say 95% of them. 5% of them are crazy and want to destroy Israel.
Sure.
That 5%, would have, and I know Palestinians, I know more people. They will, they'll either have to leave, and they'll be told, you can go and destroy Israel, but do it from somewhere else. And that's for you and Israel. Leave us out of it. Or they'll be taken care of. Because Palestinians will not allow a small element, crazy element, to destroy their future. They're not doing that again.
I hope you're right. That's all I gotta say. I people that work together, that whatever. I mean, they could build a certain. They could all of a sudden there's a bond that could go between all these guys, and that would be great.
If there's a bomb that goes off, well, things are moving. If Israel, the Palestinians come up with an agreement for a pathway to a Palestinian state, just a pathway, and if there's anyone that tries to disrupt that, Palestinians would consider them terrorists. And, of course, Israel would consider them terrorists. And I always say, for the first time, Palestinians and Israelis would agree on the definition of terrorism, and they would be working together.
That'd be great.
Well, think about it. They would have to. I mean, it's just, they would have to. There's no way Palestinians are going to want, finally something that they work for, to be destroyed by a few people. There's no way.
All right, man. I'm going to be headed out. Good talking to you. Take care now.
I'll be back on later. All right.
El Normo in the house.
They'd probably be number one on your list. But they're just not good looking, so.
And you know what? If I had to think about it, I guess I would think about the French. I mean, the wine. I would think about the wine, the food, the literature. There's some good writers. Yeah. The fashion. Yes. And the fashion.
Yeah, the French are probably number 2 for me. Yeah, in Europe.
Yeah, we're thinking about that.
First Lady, you have any thoughts you'd like to share?
None.
Really? As light-skinned as you are, as high yellow as you are.
I'm gonna tell you who's low key.
How's it this? I don't mean to offend. I'm just saying that you probably have strong ties with your high yellowness.
I'll tell you who's low key better than the Italians. It's the Spanish. It's a lot going.
Yeah, that's another thing too. I haven't read their literature yet, but I do have a book that I have.
I haven't read it yet. That's all you need.
Oh yes, I do have Don Quixote, but I do have another one.
Okay, El Normo, is something you want to say, because I'm going to end this room. If you want to listen to the replays to see what they say, you can. I didn't hear it, so.
You know how friends,
I don't know if you want to say anything.
set up where friends get together and they tell 10 stories. Yeah, that's how that book is. I don't have the book in front of me to tell you the name of it. But yeah. Oh yeah, and the wine and the food. Seafood especially. Love tapas. Love it.
I don't know if you want to. I tried to bring you up, but I'm going to end the room. I don't know if you want to say anything. If you can go back into this room and listen to the live stream of Politically Correct Golden Years Gladiators When Opinions Collide.
Yes, well, that concludes.
It's also on YouTube.
The segment, If I Were a White Man. I guess we can move on. Or white women.
What a day on Clubhouse. We started with the morning started with Chaz Wald Bates. I never seen a white man talk like Oswald Bates the way we had this morning. That was a wild session this morning. I couldn't believe it. I call him Chad Wald. Y'all probably want to hear from him.
I thought you were referring to the Jake or that one guy that was here earlier, the white guy that went off and that was nasty work. He said, "Shut the fuck up. I don't need you to explain shit for me." I said, "Oh."
Andre got himself in a pretzel because he was trying to defend him, and then by the end he realized that it wasn't working.
I do believe he was shucking and jiving for y'all.
Yeah, I mean, white liberals definitely do that. That's for sure. We need them to stop doing that.
Okay, Eleanor, I'm cutting it here. I hope you enjoy it. This has been politically correct Democrats talking clown shit. This is AdrianDittman.com. Okay, this is the Adrian Dittman Show, 125.25.
From a long time ago, and you have to slowly teach your body, teach your mind that you're safe in those moments. And you can even do other things to change physiology in the moment, like whether it's like cold water on your face or just like walking on the outside or some jumping jacks or something. You just want to show your body, drinking hot tea. You want to show your body that you are safe, because those are not things that you would do if you were
actually equivocating God to a unicorn. God has a philosophical framework, whereas like a unicorn, for an example, has no philosophical framework whatsoever. That's why it's a category error.
So equivocation has like two standard meanings. One is to just speak in a confusing way, and the other one is to use a word in two different senses, and then fallaciously infer something by not taking that ambiguity into account.
Eckhart Tolle. Yeah, all those guys, right? A lot of those people were like Alan Watts was. A lot of the early Buddhists were substance abusers who never went through recovery. That's not something that is feasible in the temple setting. It's not an aspect of Buddhist training. It's something that their teachers struggled with. The teachers who came from abroad to America really struggled with substance abuse among Buddhists in America. So you don't really want to pay too much attention to American Buddhists, to be totally frank. I think that's a starting point. You can see that it helped them, and it did help some of them get over their substance abuse. But I don't know what to say. Like, they're not the best exponents of it, or even useful exponents.